Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Crime Stories Obsessed. You've caught alive. How is everyone? How is everyone tonight? We're going to be talking about the Summer Wells case. What's been going on? A lot. Too much. Not enough. Let's discuss. So, Kat was going to come on with me tonight, but of course, she needs an early night. She can't stay up this late, guys. It is currently 11:30 at night here in the UK. A bit earlier for you over there. I'm guessing it's around dinner time. Is that right? Hello, Cindy. Beth made me laugh before. She said, I was just about to go to bed, but I decided I was going to have a chocolate bar and watch you instead. So that made me laugh. Oh, gosh. What has been going on these last few days? Wow. Too much. Amy says it's 6:30 there, 6:30 p.m., 5:30, 5:33. Wow. So I'm glad you've all caught alive because a lot of you don't always catch my lives. You always say, oh, I couldn't actually watch you. It was too late when you were in the UK, or I was having dinner, or, so it's nice that so many people, let me just get my headphones on, then I can hear myself speak. So many people have managed to catch alive tonight. Yes, Millie Moo. She's also in the UK. We've got Teresa Layton, 7:30 in Canada right now. Wow. Okay, so last few days, what's been going on? Where do we start, guys? So hopefully we've got some mods in the chat. To be honest, we don't have too many problems on this channel. Luckily, to say it's a big channel, we don't get that many problems. We don't get that many crazy people, many trolls wanting to leave nasty comments over here. Luckily, I generally don't have much tolerance for that. And if anybody even looks like they're going to start with that, they get blocked. So, although, I'm quite happy with people having their own opinions on things. I understand people aren't always going to have the same opinions as me. That is absolutely fine and not a problem with that in the chat. It's when people are nasty and people are rude. That's when I don't like it. Hi, everyone. She says, amen. Okay, so what have I seen, first of all? I've made some notes. But first of all, oh, thank you, Maria. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Maria sent a super sticker. That's lovely. Thank you very much. So I've been making some notes, but before we get into that, what have I noticed recently on YouTube? I'm sure you've all been watching as well, and it's been a bit crazy. I mean, we go for the last couple of months without really much info on the Summer Wells case at all, especially since Dawn went away, and then suddenly, it starts pouring in again, what with searches and, Candace has suddenly gained this newfound confidence. She's on all these YouTube channels. We already know she's on Benny's. That's the one that I assumed she was going to continue to just be on. And since she's got this newfound confidence, she started her own YouTube channel. That's called Candace Wells. I think it's Candace Wells. To be honest with you, I don't even know if they're actually legally married. I mean, I saw the photograph of them. I think they are, but I've never actually seen papers to suggest they are. I don't know. Anyway, so her channel is called Candace Wells, and she has been posting. If you haven't been across to that channel, I have the notification bell on her channel just in case she goes live or anything. I managed to catch one, but to be honest, she didn't say much. She was only on for a couple of minutes and then went off. It's Candace Bly. I thought it was under Candace Wells. Maybe you're right, Jennifer. So, anyway, she was posting all these things that I'd previously seen on her TikToks to do with the kids. It's stuff we've all seen before. It's all photos generally we've seen before. I think there was one photo that we haven't seen, but that was about it. And so she's been posting all these pictures and things, and then I noticed she was on a channel called, I think it was Predator Hunter Nation, but it wasn't Ernie. It was this other guy, Jamie, I think, and I don't even know who that is. But she was on his channel the other night. So she's got like this newfound confidence. She seems to be here, there, and everywhere. Since Don is not kind of breathing over her shoulder, telling her who to talk to, what to do and what not to do, she's like thinking for herself again, and she's becoming independent. And so I was watching this channel the other night, and she was on there, and this guy was like asking her how she was and, you know, what kind of day she'd had. And her answer to that was like, oh, it was excellent. I've had an excellent day. Apart from when I spoke to Donald, she said, Donnie. Just reading a couple of your comments. I had YouTube take most of her videos down. I had YouTube take most of her videos down. She's a nasty person. I don't know. I haven't been on today. I haven't looked today, to be honest. I've been on nights, half nights. So I didn't get until like 2 o'clock this morning. And then I went to bed because I was tired, and quickly made a video before I went to bed, and then woke up like lunchtime, got ready. I was so tired. I haven't done nights for ages. Went back to work again, and I've literally been home for like an hour and a half. So I thought, well, I'm wide awake. I'll come and speak to you guys, take some notes here that I've already been writing down all day. And so when I've ever thought of anything, and so I thought I'd come live, chat to you all. I miss you all, guys. Like, I haven't spoken to you all for a while, and it's funny, you know, you put your name in the chat there with a little comment, and I become to recognize them all over time. And, you know, like Candace, she's been here from the very beginning. Candace Young, she was like one of my very first subscribers when, you know, I was so unconfident, and she's so lovely. Navalis says she was posting copyright music and posting to YouTube Kids. YouTube will take these videos down. Yeah, I mean, the stuff you can use. I noticed Penny, my little girl, she's always on TikTok, and the music you can use on there. You might be fine to use short clips of it on there for whatever reason. I don't think it's copyrighted, but you start transferring that onto YouTube straight away, you're going to get copyrighted for that. Oh, thank you, Random Christian Musings. She says, Crime Stories Obsessed. I can't even say my own channel name. Crikey. I love your content. Thank you. That's very kind of you. So where were we? Candace dirty deleting. So I don't know. I mean, like I say, I have not been on today. I've been sleeping and at work. Anyway, so what else have I seen over the last couple of days? And then we'll get into these notes that I've been taking. So she was on there. I was asking her what kind of day she'd had. And she'd said that she'd spoken to Donnie on the phone, and she'd been telling him, because obviously she was excited. She wanted to tell him all about her YouTube channel. And, you know, it's probably one of the most exciting things that's happened to her in that last couple of days since she'd spoken to him. So she'd started this YouTube channel. She was telling Donnie all about it. He started getting really, he's losing control, isn't he? He's narcissistic, and he likes to have control over everything, probably her life as well as his own and the narrative. And of course, he's unable to do that right now. From sitting in a jail cell with no one to speak to, he is probably feeling like he's losing control on everything. We heard last week that he was speaking to Candace, and he was saying, don't leave me. And he was, what she said was crying the blues down the phone. Whether she actually meant crying or just complaining, I'm not quite sure what that means. I've not really heard that too much before. But apparently he was saying, you don't leave me, please don't leave me, I'm sorry. Now, of course, don't forget that all these conversations are recorded by the jail, and it will all be getting fed straight back to the TBI, because any little thing that's said, if they can use it as evidence against these two, it will be used. So you can guarantee that all of this is recorded. I think all things are recorded anyway. When it comes to people in jail. Kitty cat, get down off the microphone. Come on now, stop it. So that's what's been going on. She told him about this. He was not happy. He's losing control. He got really angry. And after telling her who she shouldn't be speaking to, which I thought was weird, because apparently when she told him that she was talking to being on Benny's channel, etc., he got really jealous and told her he wasn't allowing that, or he didn't like it or something. And I thought that was good. He was happy with that because he is supposedly friends with, or they're supposed to be both friends with Benny, I assumed. And so I just thought it was a strange thing for Don to say. You know, I just thought, oh, right, okay. Anyway, so he wasn't happy. He ended up putting the phone down on her. But before he put the phone down on her, will you stop purring? Stop purring in the microphone. Come on, you want to be famous. I've told you. This is not your channel. Shush. So, sorry, I'm just talking to the cat. The boyfriend thinks I'm equally as mad for talking to the cat. So anyway, Candace had turned round and said, how dare you, and I'm going to be careful what I say now, F this girl, and I don't know when she means girl, how old this lady, woman, girl was, in my house. So, and I've never done you wrong like that. Cat, stop purring, please, or you're going to have to get off. Go on, get down. I can't be coping with this purring business. It's too late at night for that. So I'll get to your comment in a second, Amanda, about Grandis. So she was saying, you know, you F this girl in my house, under my roof, and I never did you that wrong. So, of course, the TBI will have this information. They're going to want to know what all that was about and any conversation they have. So then I think Candace had basically said to him, I just care, you know, I'm concentrating on getting the kids back and everything right now. And if you can't, whatever it was, she said, I can't remember now. I did make a video on it last night. You might need to step down, she said, meaning, you know, don't be involved in my life. I would guess it's over, kind of thing. If you cannot, you know, stop being this way towards me, and you know. Anyway, he put the phone down on her. So let's have a look at these notes I've got. Oh, and Grandis, last time I heard, this was less than a week ago. I think Benny was talking about coming over to Tennessee, and Candace was talking about cooking. I think they were talking about cooking, baking. And Grandis said, well, you'll have to hurry up because I'm going again soon. So she is on about going. I don't know when she will be leaving. If she's already gone, I have no idea. I mean, when she does go, I'm guessing that leaves Candace even more open to just sitting there every night bored on her own, and even more likely to be going on this YouTube channel that she started. And, you know, people go on YouTube channels when they're drunk, as she seems to be more often than not. Things get said, don't they? Things can slip out, and, you know, I will be wanting to keep an eye on all of that, just as you probably are. We're so invested in this case, guys. We've been following it from the beginning, all of us, and we just want to find Summer now. We want to know where she is, and it's becoming very frustrating. I remember just before Dawn went to prison, and everybody was just getting so frustrated. The comments in the comment sections on every channel, people were getting annoyed and frustrated and taking it out on you know, creators' channels, because they just needed somewhere where they could just get out their frustrations. I think some of the creators turned to drama because they just were lacking content or getting frustrated with themselves or everybody else. So Carol says, oh, thank you for your email, by the way, Carol. Carol says, I'm done. Comment was to give Benny the push go there, and it looks like he's going there this month. Yeah, so I've heard. I keep thinking every time I see him in the car, he's on his way there, but I don't know when he's going or not. I haven't asked him. Will you stop purring? You purr so loud. Oh, gosh, honestly. BK's on his way to Candace's. What now? Is he going now? Oh, somebody's asking who's Benny. He's got a channel. It's called Blood Money Benny. Blood Money Benny, I think 1.3 or tap in Blood Money Benny, it'll come up. So yeah, Red Mila, they have apparently lawyered up. So let's get into the notes that I've made today. I have been watching some of the Chris McDonough interview that, well, it was The Lab, channel of The Lab. If you haven't watched that, go across and check that out because it's a really good channel. And he is friends with Chris, and he has Chris on there quite often. So you can't hear the purring, Catherine. That's good because it's really loud. Guys, stop chasing each other around, please. Stop it. Oh, it's like a bloody zoo. Right. Anyway, you can't be professional here at all, honestly. Right. So let me see, because I'm old school, guys. I have to write things down on paper. None of this electronic devices stuff. In fact, I got into trouble at work the other week for not completing something on the computer. And unfortunately, saying that you are computer illiterate these days does not suffice. Waiting patiently for any during the search. Right. So, okay. So we have all spent probably the best part of the last 2 days sitting around waiting for any credible information, anything to do with summer and the searches that we all are aware that are going on right now or have been. I'm sure they've packed up the tools for the day. But yesterday they were searching. And today they were at it again, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, it's a bit again left with frustrations. Having said that, even if they found something during those searches, either today or yesterday, do you think they're going to tell us that? I don't think so, for a couple of reasons. One, because any information that they did find today, possibly, if, for instance, they did find summer, they wouldn't be able to verify that after this length of time without, I mean, I'm sure there's not that many children missing in that area, but having said that, it would be something that would need to be, taken in, and they would need to do examinations and things. Second of all, if it was an item, then if it was something that they could get some DNA from or could use in evidence against one of these two or anybody else, it would be something that would be keeping close to the chest, because as far as Chris McDonough said recently, he feels that, and this is from him speaking to the TBI, he says he speaks to law enforcement. He's, spoken to them about this. And although he's not allowed to say too much, he does say that he is aware that they have the information they need, or they're aware of who they need to be looking at and who is involved in this case. But it is a case now of just getting together that evidence that can put this person or these people away for good, because they get one shot at this, guys. And if they go in it half-hearted and say, right, well, we think we've got enough information, we think we've got enough evidence to put this person away or these people away, and it turns out they haven't, and in court something gets thrown out, or they don't have enough, that's their only chance done. They don't get a chance to take it to court twice. So they've got to make sure that they've got everything signed, sealed, and, rubber stamped. So like we say, we've all been sat around waiting. If there has been anything found, we are unaware of it. And I certainly don't think they're going to put it on the news. which is frustrating because we watch the news. We're like, what have they found? Are they going to find? Have they found anything? But it's not something they're going to tell us. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're not going to tell us if they do. Having said that, I was at work yesterday and I did get a message from, I got a message from Kat, and she was like keeping me updated, obviously, because I couldn't listen to the scanner and everything myself. And apparently they found a backpack. Now, I don't know if that was just something else. Obviously, the Summerwells search is not the only thing that's going on the scanner. You know, there are various other police, law enforcement vehicles going around Hawkins County. You know, they find a backpack. It doesn't necessarily mean that that was to do with the Summerwells case, but that's what I received. And so I was interested in seeing if I could find that on Broadcastify. I don't know if you're aware of that, guys, but there's a place you can go on the internet and it's called Broadcastify. And on there, you can not only listen to the scanner, but you can actually go back and you can upload previous scanner. So if you wanted to look from like the 14th of Feb or, any particular date, you could just tap it in. And if you have an idea of what time it is you're looking for, you can pull it up. So, okay. Yeah, why would there be a backpack? Because I'm sure Summer didn't put the backpack on, pack a banana and say, okay, I'm going off into the woods. It doesn't sound credible, that to me. So I don't know what that is, and even if it was related to the Summerwells case, but it was just something that I was told yesterday while I was at work. So, okay. Don and Candace, as we've already spoken about, there seems to be a lot of trust issues right now, and he's struggling, isn't he? He's struggling with the lack of control. He's sat in a, what would you call it? How big would you say that cell is? 4x4? I have no idea. And it's tiny, and he's got no one to speak to. He is in solitary, and there's probably a few reasons for that, due to the fact that they need to keep him fairly safe. They can't risk him getting done in, basically. It's obvious. It's been a big case, this, so far, and Don has been all over the news. People are going to know who he is, and people don't like child predators. They don't like anything to do with that. Even some of the most hardened criminals in there, they don't like to hear about anything like that. And what with the sisters coming forward and saying this has happened and that's happened, and the questioning around Summer and what else went on in that house, if people have wind of that, they have any of this information, then he's going to be in danger. And places like that with all these criminals, I mean, a lot of us have never been in prison. I've certainly never been in prison. It's only from watching some of the stuff I've seen on TV. I know that people get bounties on the head. There isn't much going for some of these criminals, especially the ones that are in there for a very long time. And, they've got nothing to lose. And certainly if they are seen to take down somebody who has been on the news, somebody is in question of some of these things that we've seen or we've spoken about or questioned, they can be looked upon in prison as a bit of a hero for doing that kind of thing to somebody. Could be careful what we say. But yeah, they've got to be careful, because if they do feel for 1 minute that he is involved in this or has anything to do with Summer's disappearance, they're going to want to put him in solitary, keep him safe, make him sit and think about his actions, make him sit and, get him to the point where he's desperate to talk to someone. And, you know, it obviously is affecting him. He's feeling sad. He's feeling insecure. He's worrying that she's going to leave him. He is putting the phone down on her. He's questioning who she's talking to, whether she's cheating on him. You know, there's a lot going on. And at the minute, yeah, I feel that he's raging. Like you say, raging. Candace is having her glory. Yeah, Candace is having her glory on YouTube, and he doesn't like it because he wants to be the one that makes those decisions, whether or not she's allowed on YouTube, who she's allowed to speak to on YouTube, what she's allowed to say on YouTube, you know, even in her real life, who she's allowed to communicate with, who she's allowed to the house, all these things he wants to be in charge of. And he's stuck in a cell all day wondering all these things. Who is Candace speaking to? What is she saying on YouTube? If he does have anything to do with this nightmare, what is she saying? She could be on there telling the world all about what happened if he is involved. And he's just sat there in his cell wondering all this. What is she saying? What is she saying about me? And he has no idea because he can't watch any of it. Don't forget as well, we're all fairly addicted to our phones. And, you know, he can't look at his phone. He can't see what people are saying. He can't, you know, it's just. Can you hear the cat? I've got two cats chasing each other around like crazy. Yeah, she's yeah, she's been on Cracking Cases. Now, I don't watch that channel. To be honest with you, even if I started looking for it now, I wouldn't even know. Would I tap in Cracking Cases? Is that the name of it, or is it something else? Like, I wouldn't know. But apparently, I've heard that she's been on these Cracking Cases, or she's been interviewed by them, whoever they are. She was on this Jamie guy from Predator Nation last night. She's been on Benny's channel. I mean, who else? I saw her on was it Alicia Clare's channel at one point? Like, she's starting to do the rounds. And not only that, is she's going live on her own channel, not very long at all, but she is. And I'm so happy you caught a live too. Thank you, Una. Is that right? Una? Yeah, it's all a bit crazy here. You see, when I'm not live, they all sit down on the end of the bed and chill out. When I go live, it's playtime. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway. So where were we? Let me look at my paper notes here. Doug laughs at me when I tell him I've got my paper notes. He's like, "Oh, Emma." I'm like, "Yeah, but we grew up in a paper age. Pen and paper." Okay, so where were we? Yep, so we've done that. Okay, so also Chris was saying, and this was something that made me think. I was questioning, as many of us have, why are they searching in exactly the same place that they've been searching before? And that got me thinking yesterday. As soon as I thought that, I looked on YouTube, not for very long, but I could see a lot of people were questioning the same thing. Even the news was interested in the media, you know, that even though even they were interested. Can't even get my words out, it's so late. Why they were searching in the same areas. Now, well, I mean, what do you think to that, guys? What were your thoughts on why they were searching in the same place? So somebody says heavy rain has the creeks running high. Maybe phone pings in the area. So say yes. So say Candace's phone or Don's, because apparently he wasn't at work all day that day. Last pinged in that particular area, then that could be a reason. Or if they've got reason to think for 1 minute that their next door neighbours, not mentioning any names, I think we all know who, were possibly involved at all. Now, I watched as Candace posted the video of the helicopters going over, and I looked to see where she was when she was taking that video. She was that helicopter was basically over that next door's house, or in that direction. So is that because of this footprint? Now, according to Chris McDonough, he said for them to pay 35 trained law enforcement officers to go back to that same area again, knowing that they've already been twice before, he said, knowing how much it's going to cost, they must have, like Millie Moo Mandy says there, credible tip-off or some kind of evidence that they have previously found or something, because 35 trained law enforcement officers go into that area again, knowing the cost involved, there must be a reason for that. Now, like you said, it could be the phone pings, it could be oh, wait a minute, guys. Let me just do something. I've just realised. Oh, my phone's turned itself off. Never mind. Never mind. I'll do that later. So where were we? For them to pay that, they must have some kind of evidence, like whether they found something during the first search or the second search, whether they have some phone pings or some new info to suggest that she could be there, because they just wouldn't pay everybody to go back there just for, just for the heck of it. 3 times. Okay. So I tell you what, that there's a channel, you've probably heard of it. She's called Eve, isn't she? What's she called? Oh, it's so late. I can't even think. Can you remember the lady's name? She's called Eve, and she's got a true crime channel. Can somebody tell me in the chat? I watch it all the time, guys, but I just can't think right now. It's so late. And she has joined the Equisearch. She lives over there, and she joined Equisearch, and Eve, EP. Yeah. And she's great, and I love her channel. And she actually joined Equisearch, and I just thought, wow, well done for you. That's really good. Like, if I wasn't working full time, I would definitely be wanting to do that. That's great. And she said she'd learned so much. True crime with EVP. Let me just get off the computer. Go on, please. Right. Okay, so Dawn is currently in jail, as we know, and Candace is on YouTube. Now, what do you think to the chance? Now, I don't know about this one. This was something I was thinking of earlier on. What's the chance of Don speaking to somebody while he's in there? Now, I'm guessing while he's in solitary, that's probably not going to happen. But if he hadn't have been in solitary, there would have been the opportunity for him to speak to somebody. You know what it's like, you say things to somebody, especially if you're sharing a cell with someone. But I'm guessing if he's in solitary, he won't have that opportunity. I didn't think of that at the time when I wrote this. And what is the reasons? Do you think it was a strategic move that they put him in solitary? Or do you think, you know, to give him chance to kind of sit and think about it? Or do you think it was for his own safety, or a bit of both? Solitary, I think he's in segregation. Yeah. So is that like the same? It's like the same thing. Is it solitary, segregation? Like the same thing, kind of, I think. Yeah, both. Both for protection and to make him kind of think about it all and hopefully speak up. He's got no one to speak to in there. Yeah, so he'll just be on his own in a cell. Okay. So we've got to remember that he's got this case. They're trying to put a case together for the sisters. Now, I did hear, I don't know if you heard this, that, well, the sisters had come forward back when all this started, and they said that when they were younger, he and I think it was a friend of his had done things to them that they shouldn't have been doing. Now, I'm not sure if Mary has withdrawn her statement. I'm not sure about that. I couldn't tell you. I've no idea. I heard that she had, but I'm not sure. But I'm aware that they are still trying to put together this information. Now, apparently the guy that was involved, as in the sisters had made a statement to the effect of Don and this guy, it must have been one of Don's friends, being involved in doing something to her. Now, this guy has actually now been ID'd. So they have actually been able to work out who he is, find him. And so with that information, they are building a case, which they're hoping to take to the district attorney, hopefully while he's in custody, as far as I'm aware. But they've got the time to put it all together. So it's interesting that he's there for 6 months. How long will it take to get this to the district attorney and, you know, get a case going for this? Will he then get extradited to Utah? Hopefully. I mean, was this Chris McDonough was saying, was this a strategic move? You know, how long do we need to get this case to the district attorney? Yeah, 6 months. Okay, let's make sure he's in there for 6 months then. You know, was it a strategic amount of time that he was given so that they had the time to get this all put together and him extradited over to Utah to face the prosecution over there for the crimes against his sister or sisters? Interesting. I thought that was interesting. But while he's there, you know, they can try and piece this together. But once he gets extradited over to Utah, that's when the major problems start to begin then, because at the minute he's got 6 months in the whole scheme of things. It's not long. I mean, he must have been in there a month already, nearly, you know. And then when he comes out, he's supposed to go to rehab for 60 days, which I'm sure he's going to enjoy. Hi, Sherry. You know, and Chris was saying that, let me move my legs. So Chris was saying, move my legs and get the microphone a bit closer. So Chris was saying that the judges in Utah, their rules are a lot different to the rules of the judges in Hawkins County. I didn't really understand what he meant by that. He didn't really elaborate, but he did say that, you know, he hopes that the case is transferred over there. And, you know, he gets some proper, let me just, 1 second, guys, 1 second. Right, sorry about that. Oh, we've got somebody here from, oh, hello, Belgium. Is somebody here from Belgium? Wow. Okay. So yeah, so Chris was saying the rules of the judges in Utah, they work differently to Hawkins County, and hopefully gets transferred over there, and that's when his problems will probably begin. So let's see what happens in the next 6 months if this gets taken to the district attorney and gets put together within that time. So during this time that he's away for this 6 months, cracks have time to appear. Slips are possible, and we've already started to see the fallouts. And as we've already discussed at the beginning, everything is recorded. So all these silly comments such as "you F this girl in my house," and we don't know how old she was. Was she the 17-year-old that we've heard about? Was she younger? Was she somebody else? We don't know. All these calls are recorded. And so, oh, thank you, Peter. 30 minutes behind. Oh, bless you. Emma is a legend. I won't quite go that far. Oh, is the white rabbit in here? Oh, I do love the white rabbit. I was a bit worried the other day when I thought they were going to stop, making videos, because every morning I woke up and I was like, let's see what the white rabbit has uploaded. So I was really enjoying that. And it only takes one person to kind of, ruin it for the rest of us. Why they didn't even need to say who they were. What difference did it make, So Chemistry Queen, oh, thank you so much. She says, thank you for all your hard work. Much love to you, sweet Emma. Thank you so much, Chemistry Queen. That is really kind of you. I'm trying to fit everything in. I'm trying to work full time. I'm back at work now, but I'm a third person on the ambulance at the minute, just for a week until I get back into it, and then I'll be the main person again. Bullhorn Betty's here. Hi, Bullhorn Betty. It's nice to see you. Oh, I haven't seen you in here in one of my lives before. It's very nice. I heard Candace and Grandis call. Oh, I don't know if I've heard that. Candace and Grandis called Ronnie Lawson a liar on TV on WJHL. Wow. That would be something I would like to see. I'll be going looking for that afterwards. But we were just saying, Betty, I don't even know if that's your real name. No, it's not. It's Andrew, isn't it? We were just saying that all these calls that they will be making to each other, they're all recorded. And, already so far we're seeing the fallouts, the slip ups, trip ups, and let's just hope that if these two are involved, as we feel, a lot of us feel they are, or at least they know more than they're telling us, something will get passed on to TBI that they can use. So we've got to not forget as well that although we've been speaking about Don and all the things he's done and the fact that he's locked away right now, when is Candace, who says that she is so fiercely trying to get her boys back right now, at what point is she going to get charged for delinquency of a minor? Giving alcohol, substance, cigarettes, possibly posting texts to a child under the age of 16. We don't know what he was sending to her. And, at what point will she be? Is this strategic? Surely within the last 8 months, they have got the evidence, whether it be from her phone, his phone, to show that there was something not right going on there. And at what point are we going to see a charge for Mrs. Wells or Miss Bly or whatever she wants to be called? Thank you, Sandra Halford. Thank you very much. A cuppa for all your late nights, Emma. Much appreciated. Thank you. I'm going to make a green tea. Do like a green tea. Anybody drink green tea? So nice. Yeah, but Andra, I will have to check that out afterwards and see what channel was it on. And I will. Did you say, was it on WJHL or was it on an interview, like an interview with somebody? Because I really need to go across. I think most of us want to go and check that out at some point tonight. Oh, thank you, Deb. So kind. Thank you for your kindness for summer. Much love to you. Justice for summer. Justice for summer, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deb. Andrew says yes. WJHL. Right. I'll go and check that out after this. So I am interested to know what point she will have some charges brought against her, because we've seen him go to court for drinking and driving, but surely what she should be charged with is just as important, if not more important, than him drinking and driving. You know, giving a child under the age of 16 these things. I mean, have we not already been told by H's father and his mother that all these allegations are true? I'm guessing they're probably wanting to interview him. I think they spoke to H initially, but whether or not there is some reluctance to be able to speak to him since, because of of where he is currently, and what's going on with him at the minute. I've heard varying stories about where he is, where he's not. Nobody's actually come forward and told us where he is, but Dad said he's not in juvenile. But having said that, I've got a feeling that he is. Did he not steal a car with a lady or baby in the back or something? You know, there's been quite a lot going on with him. And then as I was watching his dad's live the other night, his dad said that it's his birthday coming up. They were trying to organise what to get him. And due to the fact that he's got quite a lot of violent behaviour, recently he is not allowed any, violent video games or anything like that. So Dawn says another channel said that H is home currently. Maybe he is. Maybe that's something new. Last time I heard he wasn't, but that was only the other week or like 2 weeks ago, maybe. So he might be by now. But I think he still has quite a lot going on. His dad calls it his mentals, meaning his mental health. And I think there has been quite a lot of violence there. So, I don't know about that, but that's all I can go on from what he said. But he said he was doing a lot better, so that's good. Hopefully, if he's doing a lot better, they'll be able to question him a little bit more regarding what Candace did and didn't do, if anything, regarding, the alcohol, the substances and everything, because he's actually even said to Chris that this did happen. Ali said it happened. His dad said it happened. So at what point is this woman going to get a charge for this? I mean, am I the only one thinking this, or have you all thought this too? It's all right locking him away and giving him charges, but at what point is she going to get charges? She's so fiercely saying she wants to get her kids back, and she's concentrating on sorting the house out because she wants to get the boys back, and that's kind of like the thing that she's concentrating on right now. It's the most important thing, trying to get the boys back. What's the chances of that happening? Now, a lot of people say there's a big chance that's not going to happen. Few people say, hopefully she will. I can't see it happening, but I haven't been to court with her. I don't know what they've got on her and what they haven't. But given the reasons why they took them all in the first place, given the fact that every night when she's on live, she seems to be intoxicated, and she doesn't seem to be hiding that fact from everybody. We've all seen the anger that they both have, even Candace. So coming on or meek and mild on other channels or even on her own channel and speaking about her day does not take away from the fact that when she gets angry, she can be very aggressive and violent. There's lots of reasons why these children were removed, and fitting a staircase and hanging up a few pieces of wall is not gonna, it is not always enough to be, to get your children back. When they mentioned the other week about counselling, it was said that Don has refused to do couples counselling with Candace. When she has to go to counselling, which is part of what she has been told she needs to do in order to get the boys back, she said it was a load of bull, and it was just a problem to her. It wasn't something that she wanted to do, and made out it was just a problem, and the only reason why she was going was because she'd been told she had to, which means she's not taking anything away from it. It means that she's not, and she's saying this on live as well, like oh, don't worry, True North, you can use caps. I always use caps when I'm usually commenting in comment sections. They probably think, who is she commenting in caps? But it doesn't always mean you're angry. It just means you can't always see, or you want your comment to be seen. Right, so where are we? Okay, with my paper notes. Don't laugh. Where was I? So we have to remember that, so everything that they find has to be watertight, because they're only going to get one chance at this. So let me have a little look. Where was I? So a question that Josh said, I found this stood out to me, and Josh said on his channel, The Lab, he was saying, how long can they question Don for while he is incarcerated right now? He's segregated. Can they go in once a week and question him? Or could they literally question him every single day until he cracks, if they wanted to? Could they do that? And this was asked to Chris McDonough. And I thought this is a really good question, actually, because, we've all wondered, while they've got him there, are they going to question him over summer? It's certainly a question I was considering. And so can they question him every single day if they want to? Well, apparently they can. They could literally go in there every day and question him over summer. And Chris was saying that if he waived his Miranda rights, they can just continue to question him. Now, yeah, you're right. He can decline. Andrew says, if he had an attorney, he's probably invoked his Fifth Amendment. Yeah, so over here, they just say, no comment, no comment, no comment. We don't have all this Miranda rights. We don't have, we don't have all these amendments. We don't have any of that here. I mean, but yeah, he can decline. He can turn around and say, look, I don't want to speak about it. No comment, whatever. So I'm kind of wondering, have they been going in there and questioning him? Because if he's waived his Miranda rights, then they could literally go in there every day and question him. So have they been doing this? Have they been going in there and questioning him? And he's got to the point where he's just gone, right, I need a lawyer. It's obvious they think it's me now because they're questioning me all the time. Now, when it comes to, so we have heard that they have lawyered up, and the Sixth Amendment of the USA Constitution guarantees that every criminal defendant has a right to be represented. So they always have a right to an attorney if they cannot secure their own. So, and if they're facing criminal charges and are unable to afford a private defense attorney, then they may qualify. So these criminal defense attorneys, I don't know if anybody's ever needed one. I'm guessing probably not. They can charge hundreds of dollars just per hour. Well, you can imagine, to write a letter, you're talking hundreds of dollars. To reply to a letter, hundreds of dollars. To go to court, even more. You know, you can imagine that soon adds up. Soon adds up to tens and of you know, thousands of dollars, and people just don't have that. And I know I've heard a lot of people saying, yeah, but they've been getting cash apps and things. Well, they might have done. They might have got some cash apps. Cash apps might have seen them through to a couple of meetings with an attorney, but it's not going to see you to actually securing an attorney that's going to last any length of time. So I'm guessing if they've lawyered up, that you know, he has asked for a he's asked for, you know, a public attorney. So these, you know, court appointed lawyers, but don't you have to have criminal charges in order to qualify? So whether they've spoken to him re his sisters. Jen says, my divorce and custody attorney charges $400 an hour. Yeah, I know I tried to take my ex just because when I left him, he refused to give me anything towards Penny. And at the time, I wasn't earning anything like I'm earning at the minute. It was really difficult and I was barely able to afford food. So I couldn't afford to take him to court. He knew that. And I just really struggled. I couldn't afford to take him to court. I couldn't afford to get a lawyer. He knew that. And they were saying that it was going to be $50 just to read a letter, you know. So it soon adds up. Soon adds up. Okay, so I've read that. That's my, put that to one side. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. But yeah, I am interested to know at what point Candace is going to get some charges. If she hasn't done anything, then fair enough. But I just find it strange that, you know, it wasn't just said by one person. It wasn't just said by some young boy. It was said by his mum, his dad, him. I mean, didn't Candace even say to Chris that she'd bought this can? And I mean, I don't know. So I think some of the frustrations, and we're not there, guys. We're not living on Ben Hill Road, but I think the frustrations in watching some of these other cases, for instance, the little monkey Michael Vaughan case and some of the others, We see the parents searching, handing out flyers, um, doing news conferences. They look so sad, look so upset. So, anything to be on any of these channels or media, in the media, to try and get the word out there. And I don't think I've ever seen Candace handing out a flyer. I mean, I seem to remember at one point she had 4,000 of these flyers in the back of her car. And she'd said to someone, "Oh yeah, I've got 4,500 of these flyers in the back of my car." And it's like, well, at what point are you going to hand them out? And then I was speaking to Ali's neighbour, and she'd said that if you walk around Kingsport, you would struggle to find a Summer Wells poster. She said there's hardly any up here. She said the only place I've seen them is right near where the vigil is held, which is so sad. So that is really frustrating. It's frustrating for us all watching, and I don't think it's helped when we've been wondering what on earth these guys have been doing. We've not seen them searching. Okay. So what do you think we're going to get? No, Bex, you're not blocked. I can see your comment. So what do you think is going to happen over the next couple of months? Because obviously he's not going anywhere anytime soon. She's got this channel. She's obviously keen to. She's got this newfound confidence to just try and be herself now. I think that's going to grow. She's away from him. She doesn't have him telling her how to run a life, what to say. I was with my ex and he did pretty much the same. Even if I spoke to a neighbor, he wanted to know how I said it, what I'd said. And I felt beat down. And when I left, I got this newfound confidence. It took a while, but it came back. And I certainly realized when you're out of a situation and you're looking in on it, it's easier to look back and think, oh my God, why did I put up with that? Rather than when you're in a situation looking out, you don't always see how you're being treated or. So I think now she's actually he's not there. She's got the opportunity to look in on how she did live. I think she's going to grow in confidence. And I don't think she's going to put up with it. And we saw that, the other day. She apparently had a bit of a go with him on the phone, which is why he ended up putting the phone down on her. She lost patience with him and started shouting at him. And there's nothing he can do, is there? Because he's locked away. He's locked away and he can just sit there and wonder what she's doing, who she's talking to, what channel she's on, what she's saying, all this stuff. And he's got no control over it. What are we all saying on YouTube? He has no control over that. He has no idea what we're all saying about him, where the narrative's going, what's happening with these searches. It must be driving him absolutely insane right now. If you think about it, he's just spent 8 months pushing a narrative. It wasn't long. It was days after she went missing that he said he was going to see her in the resurrection. I don't know. But I still don't know if either of them would crack first, if either of these two are involved. Who would crack first? Would it be Candace with her newfound confidence? Or would it be him who sat in segregation with no one to talk to? Dawn? You think Dawn, Victoria? Beck says Dawn was the one that was controlling. Carol got to do some housework. 8:35 a.m. He must be in Australia. That's all I can think. Donny boy. So everybody thinks it's more likely that it's going to be Don that cracks first. Yeah, and he's 7 alibis. God, that always makes me smile. And how many of you think that, yeah, more people say Don. So you think it's more likely to be Don that would crack before her? I suppose it depends. It all depends on who it was that knows what happened. I mean, they've both got rap sheets as long as your arm. Don basically just turns around and says, well, that was when I was young. You know, that's when we were young. Well, where are you right now, Donny boy? You're 57 years of age. You're not young anymore. And you're locked away. So that doesn't always make sense. So something else I was thinking about. If, for instance, it was Don and Candace say knew. She's trying to get the boys back, so she says. If she knew something and it wasn't her, but she just knew something, would she be willing to come forward? Or would she be scared that she would get done for withholding information and go down for that? But I suppose it all comes down to who was involved, who knows what happened. But according to Chris McDonough, he speaks to the law enforcement. He's spoken to TBI and he said they have it. You know, they're just trying to get the evidence to back up their theory. But are they onto something? You know, I think they are right now. To do 3 searches in the same area, that you have to be onto something, surely. I would say so. To keep going back to that same place. So, guys, that is most of the information or things that I wanted to talk to you about. If you want to stay around and chat to me for another 5 minutes, you are welcome to. If anybody was here just for the Summer Wells information, I don't want to keep you. But if you want to stop around and chat, then that would be lovely. So let's see what everybody's got to say. Her mother, Grandis, would not let her if she can shut Candace up. Yes, True North. I agree. And I suppose we also have to remember that she was also there that day. What involvement, if any, does she have? She seemed to disappear pretty quickly just after Summer went missing. When I spoke to her, she said it was because the depression was just getting me down. Well, okay, but that sounds just a little bit selfish because your daughter has just lost her daughter. She's just disappeared. Nobody knows where she is. And right at that point, you're going to just do a disappearing act. Okay, well, that makes sense. And then you find out after you've left that all the boys are taken, but you still don't come back. You don't turn your ass around and come home to support her. No. You stay with your sister because your sister's husband has not been well. Well, I'm sorry, but my sister's husband, as much as I would care about them because they're part of the family, my sister's husband would not be more important than my own daughter. So then you've got to kind of think to yourself, does she have more going on to do with this? Or she knows more and she's just like, I'm not dealing with this, Candace. This is too much. I was there that day and you are dropping me right in the doodah here. I don't want to be any part of this, girl. I'm gone, right? And that to me is more of a reason why she would have disappeared given that point in time, or if she had some involvement. But I think if she had some involvement, doing a runner right at that point just makes her look even more guilty. You know, something happens and you just run off down the road. It doesn't look good, does it? Yes, May. Let's show the Ukraine some love before we leave. Yeah, I agree. So Nicole says, Grandis knows. I agree 100. But what does she know, Nicole? Wouldn't you just love to be a fly on the wall? I would. If there was one place I could be a fly on the wall, just for a day, it would be there. A fly with big ears. That's what I'd want to be. So I leave when I'm too stressed. Sunset. Yeah. Oop, comment just jumped. Grandis likely had already committed to help whomever she went to help. Yeah. I agree with that, but then I think I'd have to give backward if my granddaughter had just gone missing and my daughter was like literally mortified. And I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different, aren't they? Thank you so much, Emma's Dilemma. Oh, we've got the same name. She said the 3 boys were taken off them after Summer disappeared for undisputed but obvious reasons. This goes deeper than we think and doesn't just involve Don and Candace. It's a deep investigation. Yes, I completely agree. Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you. I would never leave if my granddaughter went missing. No, and I just don't think it looks good. Like if I left during an open investigation, literally within a week of her going missing, I would be like looking behind me thinking, are they following me? Like, this does not look good. Like I'm just disappearing right at the point when the S hits the fan, you know? Doesn't look good, does it? Yes, Taco Tuesday. Grandis has left her daughter twice now during times of need. Well, let's think about it like this, Taco. We could even make it 3 because she left after her granddaughter went missing. The boys got taken away. You could say that's 3. She didn't come back. And then Donald's gone away and she disappears again. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to understand the mind of these people. I think I'm just completely different to these people and I just can't get my head around it. Do we know when Grandis left? I've heard it was 5 weeks. Well, as far as I'm aware, it was before the boys went, before the boys got taken, because I seem to remember everybody saying at the time, why hasn't she turned her car around when she realised the boys had been taken? She apparently wasn't there when the boys got taken. So it was after Summer went missing, but before the boys got taken. Now, I think how many weeks was it before the boys got taken? Anybody know? Was it 4 weeks? I can't remember, to be honest. And God, we're going back 5.5 weeks, somebody said. But you see, that just amazes me because they already had an open, they already had an open CPS case. She was refusing to answer the door whenever they came, probably because she knew what they were going to say. Summer just happened to disappear right, like literally the day before they were due to come. Gosh, we've got lots of answers in the comment section. People are saying 6 weeks, 2 to 3, 3 weeks, 1 month, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks again. Yeah, as far as I remember, I think it was around about 4 or 5 weeks, wasn't it? If I had to put money on it, I would. Oh, cheesy, you are funny. Maybe Grandis has a young stud waiting for her for all these short trips to party with. I can't imagine so. But maybe. Jen says, crime stories obsessed. I ask because I question Grandma's involvement deeply. Yeah, she's kept very quiet. Now, her reasoning behind that was that she's been through it all with the Rose case, and she knows what it's like, the media and everything. She didn't want to get involved. But I mean, Andrea came in here early, and she was saying that WJHL was on, and Grandis and Candace were on, and they were saying something about the sheriff's office, or about the sheriff. So we need to go watch that after this, guys. It looks like something that would be worth watching. But yeah, some of us think she's involved. Some of us think not. I just think it's a bit odd the way that she just kind of disappeared right at that time. But you know what's Candace going to do? There's no Summer, there's no boys, there's no Grandis, and there's no Dawn. You know, they're all going to have gone, every single one. What's Candace going to do besides sit on her own, drink? You know, I mean, apparently, you know, BK's going to go over and see her. But, you know, he doesn't live there. He's not going to stay there forever. You know, pop in, say hi for a week or something, maybe. Max, come home. I don't know. But, you know, she's living on her own for the foreseeable. So is her confidence going to continue to grow? You know, is the rift between the two of them going to become wider? What will be said on these recorded calls between them? And will he be extradited back to Utah after this, after his time's done, after his time served in Hawkins County? Yes, cheesy. So he said on his channel, he's going to see, when he was interviewing her recently, he said that he was going over there, he was talking to her because she comes on to the channel, and he was saying that he was going to go over there and see her soon. I think it's like very, very soon, as far as I'm aware, like in the next week or so, I think. I don't know how long for. But I mean, if she's mentioned that to Don, I cannot see that going down well, because whether or not they're friends or Don was thinking of him as a friend, any person staying at the house, that's, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know him, but I can't imagine, like, if I had another man staying here, I think my boyfriend would be a little bit upset with that, especially if he was in solitary and was just had his four walls to sit and stare at, and to consider what's going on. Trolls just got here. Okay, let me at them. But yeah, I'll be interested to know if he will be extradited. Don't mind people's opinions, guys, as long as you're not rude in the comment section. Who told you that grandma has the baby alive hidden away? She leaves to care for her. Ooh. I mean, wouldn't it be lovely if that was the case? You know, at least we'd know that she was alive at the end of the day. It would be amazing if that was the case. Can you imagine? Grandma disappears every now and again. That would be amazing. That would be probably the best outcome, that she's been kept safe somewhere. But I just cannot see it. I think it's a long shot, to be honest. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Emma. Says, also, the three boys were home alone all day with no supervision. What child abductor waits all day when they could have, like, basically abducted the boys until two adults are present to strike? I completely agree with that comment, Emma. Thank you for the super chat. I completely agree. You know, they were out all day and the boys were there. They could have had their pick, so to speak. I know it sounds bad, but you know what I mean. The boys are there all day and the abductor appears when all the adults get back. It just doesn't make sense. Now, I mean, it would be great if she was taken somewhere, you know, the new CPS was coming the next day. They knew there was a chance they were going to take Summer away somewhere, keep her safe. Everything's fine. And, you know, that would be amazing. But how believable is that? And I, like True North says here, I so wish, but sadly, I truly don't believe that's the case. And I completely agree with you. I'd love to think that that was the case. Absolutely love to know that she would be coming back at some point. Well, she wouldn't be coming back to that house, I don't think, but she would be, you know, we would know that she was safe, but I really can't see that. Yeah, Jay says, Candace doesn't seem too concerned about Candace or Summer, or the boys, should we say, at all. She leaves, doesn't do interviews, and says very little. Not a way a grandma would act at all. Well, certainly not the way my grandma acted. I can only usually go on what I see on TV or my own grandma and how she would act, because, you know, who knows what other people act like. You know, we can only go on our own upbringings and what we've seen. Let's have a look at these comments. What else is everybody saying? If CPS was coming, they weren't there by 3:30 or at all. I think they were coming the day after she went missing. So I was told by one of the friends this was right back at the beginning, said that CPS was supposed to be coming the day after. I mean, even Ali had called. Was it Ali or Leslie? One of them had called CPS. I think Ali said she'd called CPS. Now, she was supposed to be a good friend, you know, but she did what she felt was right at the time. And you know, if it wasn't for these people calling CPS, then, you know, they wouldn't have been on the case before Summer went missing. Not that that helped Summer, but yeah. Does she have a set of dentures? Do you know what, Sunset? I was only thinking this earlier on because every interview she's done just recently, or even on her own channel, she doesn't look like she's got any teeth in. But then I saw a photo from a live from not that long ago, and she did have teeth in. So I think she does have them. She had all her teeth out, didn't she? But I think she does have them. But I think, like a lot of people, from when I used to work in the dentist, a lot of people feel happier and more comfortable without them. So they get used to themselves without them. And new teeth can rub. So you usually end up going back a few times to just get little bits sheared off, you know, so that they don't rub your gums. And if people are lazy and they can't be bothered going back just to have a little bit sheared off here and there until they get used to them, they just don't bother. You guys are so funny, honestly, in this comment section sometimes. No, she didn't on there. She didn't have them in last time. I saw her the other day either. Because sometimes it's difficult to know if she's slurring because she's not got her teeth in or if she's just had a drink, you know? And that sounds bad. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just... oh, God, that's an awful thought. Sweet sativa. I can't imagine anybody would want to take them in what funny. Oh gosh. Yes, that's right. Yeah, they do swell. And you've got to have them like bits taken off here and there, and people are like, oh, they're rubbing, so they just don't wear them. They don't realize that if they go back a few times and have them altered, then they're all right, you know, they get used to them. You guys. Stop. She broke them. Oh, I hadn't heard that before, Yvonne. Maybe. I don't know how she'd break them, though. So I wonder if they've got rid of all the puppies yet. I mean, what I found funny was that in the car that day, they were on their way to the court, you know, for Don, when he got put away. That day he was in court. They turned up and they were selling puppies. They were like literally selling the puppies out of the window before Don went into court. And I was like, oh, well, Candace is taking today seriously. I was like, oh my God, you guys, please, can't you just take anything seriously? He's like literally about to go away for like 6 to 7 months. And you guys are selling puppies out of the window at the court. Oh God, let me just have a swig of this. What have I got? Cherry Coca-Cola with sugar. It is nice, cherry Coke, isn't it? I think I like it better than Dr. Pepper. You guys, you make me laugh. Seriously, my comment section. It's just, you know what my humor's like, though. If you haven't already checked it out, on my community section on the channel, I like to post fairly regularly, like within it, like every day or so. I like to post loads of silly memes and jokes. I try and do true crime ones, but sometimes they're not true crime. But it just breaks it down a little bit, breaks the ice a bit, because true crime can be so, especially when we're talking about kids. So missing kids. So it's just, sometimes people just need a bit of an outlet where they can just smile or giggle just for a minute about something else. Have a laugh sometimes. You're right, Cheesy. We all need to have a little bit of a laugh sometimes. What's that? Emma, can you see that cute dog pic you showed last time? Yeah, I've got a really cute doggy pic. Do you want to see it? It's so cute. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? It's a dog. I couldn't tell you what type of dog it is, but I just thought it was really cute and fluffy. So I thought I'd show you last. I thought I'd show you, and everybody just loved the puppy, so they keep asking me to show them the puppy. Anybody that missed it last time, there you go. It's a wiener dog. Well, a wiener dog, one of those sausage dogs. I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, we've got like the head, and there's the shaft of the body, and then we've got the legs. I think they're the legs at the bottom. Yeah. You guys make me laugh. Oh gosh. Anyway, and then I don't know if it was last time or the time before, I was telling you this story as well. I've still got it uploaded, look, to my photos. I'm in love with a tree. It's the best sex I've ever had. Honestly, there's some crazy people out there, like, seriously. Come on, get a job. Right. But yeah, that's the dog. I hope you liked him. It's pretty fluffy. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. That's a sausage dog. It's a furry. Yeah. That's rude. Well, it's not rude. It's a dog. How can dogs be rude? Oh, look, we've lost 100 viewers since I showed that dog picture. Obviously, some people can't take a laugh. Never mind. Never mind. Oh God, you guys. Oh, good. Enoch, you need to pass them back to her. Vu says, I'm sorry, Emma. Yeah, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. So, guys, that was my stream tonight. I just wanted to come on and like literally talk about everything that's been going on recently with those guys, because there has been a lot. But it was just stuff that was going on in my mind, and it was like, is this ever going to end? When is this ever going to end? When are we going to find her? When are we going to get some information? Like, I just can't. I was talking to Kat earlier on, just before I left work, and she was just like, Emma, like, I'm just drained with it all now. Like, I just want to hear that she's been found. Like, or at least somebody's talking. Like, I literally am losing the plot with this. And I think we all feel similar, everybody's just had enough. But yep, Victoria, like you're saying, fingers crossed that arrests are coming soon, Irish. Yes, that's what we're all hoping. Oh, Nick, thank you, darling. Justice for summer, Yvonne, you're right. So that's literally all I have for you. It is currently, what time is it? It's 7 minutes past 1. So probably need to have a little sleep now so that I'm bright and cheery tomorrow for my shift at 2 p.m. Got to be on top of my game again now. You know, none of this picking Penny up from school during the summer holidays and, you know, all that silliness. I've got to get my head into check and start remembering how to do my job again. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you. Great show with everybody here. Nothing without you guys listening. Thank you, Cami. Yep, work mode. Head in the game, Debbie. Head in the game. Okay. Right. Thank you. Good night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Thank you guys for modding. Thank you. I hope there wasn't too many crazy people in here tonight. Thank you for everybody for listening. All your great comments and thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys. All of you have a good evening. Sleep well and I will see you soon. I did upload a video earlier on. Go across and watch that if you haven't already watched it. And I will see you soon. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Much love to the world, wherever you are.